some of them too. Let's get into a conversation with Mr. Nitin Awasthi, analyst at Incred Research Services, to get a better understanding on how this sector is expected to perform going ahead. Nitin, big relief for India's shrimp exporters, isn't it?
As of the current data flow, what we have received till now on the industry data per se, we already have done a record calendar year 25. In spite of all the challenges that have happened, data till November is out from the Indian side. However, in December, with the December data still pending, it looks like we'll have a massive about 10% volume growth, bare minimum on a calendar year basis. That being said, the current data relief, of course, is sorted, because as soon as the tariffs had come in, we saw, although volumes were maintained of Indian exports, but volumes towards US were starting to take a hit. But there were volumes which were still going through, but the reasoning for that was that the duty was being borne by the importer. Now, at that scenario, it's always a risk. Given that the duty has to be borne by the importer and the duty being massive, you have two risks in play out there. You have a play where suddenly only the required amount, there'll be absolutely no push for the commodity there in the US. And only the necessary amount, bare necessity amount, would be picked up by the US guys. Now, given this development, of course, it should resume back to normal. And following a record year in calendar year 25, we should actually have a record calendar year 26.
Right. So 2025 was a record year, and it will be a record year this year as well. That's the word coming in. But Mr. Awasthi, were analysts penciling in this kind of relief on your US tariffs as a part of their earnings estimates for listed players like Avanti Foods and Apex Frozen?
Honestly, we had penciled it in from Q1 FY27. We have penciled it in.
Okay. And Nitin, tell us, from when will exporters actually see relief on invoices and shipments, and will order inflows start immediately? Will existing US contracts be repriced or renegotiated immediately, given that this trade deal is announced to be effective immediately?
Repricing, no. Whichever contracts already have been given there, like I said, they're on bare necessity requirement basis. Everything else was on hold, which was not at bare necessity basis. What we will have is ordering right now. We'll not, because there's no repricing required, because Indians exporters were not bearing the tariffs any which ways. So tariff was borne by the US importer. Hence, there is no, the pricing doesn't come into scenario. Although we will have volumes come into scenario, because the demand flow will come back. Now, will that change the pricing? Possibility is there, because if suddenly you have a demand flow, the exporters can ask for a better price. And now the second part of your question was, when will we see the impact on the financials? Q1.
Clearly, so the benefit will flow into the financials for the shrimp sector from the first quarter of FY27. That's the word coming in. Mr. Awasthi, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on